Hi everyone, today we will be learning about the measures of center and specifically the median. So your essential question for today is, how do we find the measures of center when it's the median? If you remember, over the last couple lessons, we've been learning about the mean. The mean is the average, and that also is a measure of center. Well, what does that even mean? Not mean like the average, but what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about measures of data. That's what I'm talking about. And the measures of center is a specific type of measure for the data. So measures of center is the vocabulary word that we're first going to look at. And this is a measure that describes the typical value of a data set. So this is a measure, just like mean. Mean was a type of measure. It was the average. A measure that describes the value of the data set. So when we're looking at different sets of data, we have different ways and different information that we can pull from each set of data. Well, the measure of center is just a measurement that finds the value of the data or describes it. So, like I said, we already learned about the mean, which was the average. And we can remember mean means average because there's an A in the middle. We're also going to be looking at the median today. The median. And then last, we're going to be looking at the mode. The range also falls from least to greatest, looking at the range of the data. That one also can be in here. All right, so different ways to describe data can be the mean or the average, the median, which we're going to learn about today, or the mode, or we can just look at the range of data. So let's go ahead and talk about the median. Have you ever heard that word before, median? Like, I need a mediator. What does a mediator do? Or a median when you're driving down the road. Where's the median located? Well, the median, I want you to think about that word for a second. Median, where have I heard that before? Well, I know when I'm driving down the road, the median is in the middle. And if I drive into the median, that means that I'm either going to cross it over into the other traffic or I'm going to hit a bunch of plants, right? Because those plants are usually like planted in a strip. That's the median, or the center, or the middle of the data. If I'm having a mediator is someone who comes in between two people or two groups that are having a disagreement, and they help to mediate or sit in the middle to find a common ground, right? So the median is the middle of the data. Okay, so middle. The way that I can remember middle for median is because median has a D, and so does middle. Just like average had an A and mean has an A. They kind of go together. So this is how I remember median is middle, because they both have a D. Okay? Well, how do you find the median? Well, let's think back to how we found the mean. Well, when we had the mean, we collected our data, right? And then we put it in order from least to greatest so we could see if it fell within the range. And then after that, we added the points, we divided. So just like we did with the mean, our very first step is going to be to put the data in order from least to greatest. Okay, so from least to greatest, we're going to put all that data in order. Then, after you put it in order, that's when it's time to start finding the middle or the median. And so we're going to find the median by crossing off end, 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 until we reach whatever's in the middle. So we're going to count to the middle by crossing off the ends. So cross off numbers on ends, and this should be evenly until you reach the middle. Okay, well, Miss Englander, I have no idea what these words even mean. So, and mean, average. We're going to be looking at what in the world am I talking about by giving you some examples and showing you what these words actually hold for the median. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at a set of data points. Our set of data points that we're going to look at for example A are just a couple of datas. Okay, they're just some random numbers. They could represent ticket sales on given days. They could represent the ages of people in your class. But let's go ahead and look. We're going to have these data points. So 5, 9, 14, 12, and 8. Okay, so we have 5 data pieces. Our first job was to put the data in order from least to greatest. So let's go ahead and put these in order from least to greatest and start by doing it really carefully this time so I don't make any mistakes. So the first one is 5. Next, 5, 8 would be next. And then I have 9. Next I have 12. And then last but not least, I have 14. Okay, so I have all the datas in order. Now, to find the median, or the one in the middle, I'm going to go through and I'm going to cross these off from end to end. Okay, so I'm just going to start by crossing these off. So 1, 1. 2, 2. 2, 2. Remember I said it has to be evenly. So 1, 2, like that. I need to count in. Well, once I cross those off, the one that's left in the middle is 9. So the median of the data, the median equals right here, which is 9. That is the median. It's the number in the middle of the data. We could find the mean, add all these up and divide, and compare the median to the mean and see if they're the same. You could also look at these with the outliers again, removing the outlier, putting an outlier in, just like we did with average. Okay, let's do another example, but this time it's a little bit more challenging. And the reason is because we're going to have an even number of data points. Here we had an odd number, so we hit the middle, just boom, right like that. But in this example, example B, we are going to be looking at finding the median of bowling scores. So we want to find the median of bowling scores. All right, let's check out these bowling scores. So our bowling scores that we have are 120, 135, and 160. We also have 125, 90, 205, 160, 175, 105, 175, 105, and last but not least, 145. Okay, so there's a lot of data points here. However, that's okay. We know our very first step is to put these in order from least to greatest. So we're going to take our time. We're going to do this slow and steady so we don't put anything out of order. And we're just going to go through the data. So first is 90. And then from 90, it looks like a 105. After 105, it looks like 120. Then we have a 125. After 125, it looks like 135. After 135, 145. And then it looks like we have 160 and 160. So list that one twice. So there's two different ones. 175. And last but not least, 205. Okay, so now our job is to cross these off evenly until we reach the middle. Okay, so we're going to cross these off evenly until we reach the middle. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Okay, if I cross off 5 and 5, I don't have a middle number. So my job is to find the number that is right in the middle of these two numbers. So I'm going to use the mean or the average to find what falls right in between those two numbers. So this one is a little bit different. This one I have to do a step 3. Find the mean. And I have to find the mean or the average because there's an even number in the middle. So let's go ahead and find the mean. And we're going to do that by adding and then dividing. So we have 135 plus 145. So when we add these two numbers up, we're going to get a total of, so that's 10, carry the 1, 280. There's two data points here, so we're going to divide those by 2 or cut it in half. So when we divide by 2, we get an answer of 140. So my median is, I keep forgetting the N, 140. That is the median. So you can solve for the middle number by just crossing off end to end. Sometimes it gives it to you nicely. Other times you have to go one step further and find the median because they gave us two data points, right? So when they give us two data points, we're going to need to find the mean. Okay, it is your turn now for a try it. And I would like for you to please find the median. So here's your try it. Let's see if I can give you two try-its. Let's do two try-its. Okay, two try-its. So the first try-it number 1, find the median of these numbers. We have 20, 4, 17, 8, 12, 9, 5, 20, and 13. Okay, so find the median of that one. And then number 2, I would like for you to please find the median of 100, 75, 90, 80, 110, and 102. Okay, go ahead and hit pause right now so you don't hear me solving, And then when you are ready, come on back and hit play and check your work. All right, so first, let's start with 4. Put them in order from least to greatest. 5, 6, 7, it looks like 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, and then 20 and 20. Okay, so now we're going to count from end to end to find the median. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and the median is 12. So our median is 12. How did you do on that one? How'd you do? Okay, on the next one, let's go ahead and put these ones in order from least to greatest. It looks like we're going to start with 75. And then we're going to go to 80, 90, 102, no, 100, and then 102. Miss Englander, you were supposed to be going slow. 102, okay, and then 110. All right, again, we're going to cross off from end to end till we're even, right? So 1, 1, 2, 2, and look, we're right in the middle. So we're going to add these two up, 90 plus 100, and that equals 190. We need to divide that by 2. So that gives us a total of 190. So if this was 180, we would know it would be 9, right? So 18 is 9 and 9, but there's a 10 left over, so this is 95. So our median is 95. How did you do on this one? Okay, go ahead now and rate your level of understanding. Answer your essential question. How do we find the median in the measures of center? How do you find the median? And then go ahead and put your level of understanding out to this side. Where are you at? When you are finished, you may come on back to the Google Meet and ask for help if you need it, or you can go on and do your practice work. As always, I appreciate all of your hard work and effort, and make it a great day.